Hey, Peace Warriors. Thanks for joining us here on the YouTube channel. And I am so excited about Cracking the Rich Code Volume 14. So we have officially launched that volume book. Look for me in Chapter 4. I had this wonderful experience and this beautiful journey I'd like to share with you. So got this opportunity to work with Jim Britt, who has put together this book. Brian Tracy is a very good friend. You know him as a legendary help guru. And Tony Robbins. Do we know that little man? Do I dare call him little when he's like 6'5" and world renowned? So Tony's endorsed the book as well. And I was able to have this wonderful conversation with Jim. I met him through someone mutual. Had this 2-hour conversation with him. I feel like he is now my best friend, or I totally want him to be my best friend. And we just really resonated, came from similar places, understood each other. And he asked me if I wanted to co-author this book. And it was really exciting because you know what? Cracking the Rich Code isn't about what you have in the bank account. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about who you wrap yourself around, who's in your community, who you choose to let in your community, and how you react to those people. And I think that's such an important lesson for all of us, and hopefully it resonates with you. And that was something that was really important to me. I wanted to get to know myself more. So I wrote a letter to myself, my younger self, about 10 or 15 years ago, when I decided to leave the corporate world to do this work 100% of the time. And I have to tell you, it was deeply moving and surprisingly vulnerable for me to put these words down on paper. When I started to find out what my fears were, why I had those fears, and how I can get through them, it actually empowered me. It made me stronger to go back and look at things. And the best part is, it's the things I wish someone would have told me when I was younger. So I'm telling you, and I'm sharing my stories so this way you can hear them. And maybe you hear a little bit that's from the back of your mind and you say, well, if she can do it, I can do it. Because that's why I'm sharing my message. So there's really these 5 techniques that have come forward over the last 6 or 8 years of doing Heaven's Light Wellness. And they are really about quieting the noise, listening to yourself, give yourself permission to have like this priority scale. What's important to me now and how does that work, and recognize it. Sit in gratitude and say, wow, I am really grateful for this. And then also like how to process what the world throws at us. And that will ultimately, or it is called the empowerment approach. So in October, there'll be another book that comes out that is just focused on the empowerment approach. It's this beautiful tale of how we interact with each other and how we can help each other. And then, yeah, there's a workbook too. But the most important thing is how can I see myself in the stories that are in front of me? And Cracking the Rich Code, Volume 14, is the step 1. It's my story. It's how I start, how I have decided to be aware of this gift, really enter that corporate world. And I loved it all. Well, 92% of it I loved. And then when I had to, or chose to, step away from the corporate world to come back into what's in my heart. And I call Heaven's Light Wellness my heart work. So how I've stepped back into it. The journey's been fascinating. I am grateful to be here every single day of my life. And I also realize it's really about the journey. Life is about the journey of who you are today and who you will be tomorrow. So live your best life, live in your journey, pick up Cracking the Rich Code, and learn lessons from me and the other co-authors of this book that can help you financially, emotionally, spiritually into this place that belongs to you. And know that you have permission to do that. All right, you guys. So I hope that you know that you're loved. And I hope that this resonates with you in a way that can bring you empowerment and love and joy and peace. So feel free. We're going to load up all the links below us so you can buy the book. There's a Kindle version too. And then when the Empowerment Approach comes out in a couple of months, you'll be able to get that full story too. Remember that you're loved and have the most beautiful and purposeful day. Bye, guys.